This finance tracker is based on principles of zero-based budgeting. Please note that the initial setup involves editing a lot of formulas and properties. There's a step-by-step guide with videos included to walk you through the whole process. Some features of the template include: how to set up your monthly budget and saving targets, how to set up your sinking funds, and how to set up a business account. Let's take a look at your dashboard first. The first section of your dashboard covers your budget overview. Over here, you will plan how much money to budget for each master category and subcategory, with a breakdown of where your money goes. Your monthly budget projection will guide you how much to allocate and how much you have left at the end of the day. The second section of your dashboard covers all your transactions. They are categorized into expenses, income, savings, and business transactions. Future transactions are marked with a tick. The third section of the dashboard covers your accounts and savings. You can create different type of accounts, such as saving account, credit card account, and business account. You can also do transfer between accounts, adjustment to your account balance, keep a record of your payment to credit card, and adjust setting of your accounts right from the dashboard. Over here, we have a section for sinking funds where you can create multiple saving targets, keep track of your saving goals and target end date. Finally, your report section covers your net worth, a year-by-year report of your income and expenses, a month-by-month breakdown of your income, expenses and savings, expenses categorized by fixed and variable categories, and also an overview of your budget hit and misses, as well as your saving goals and targets. You can also include third-party app and setup charts, such as this. Let's look at how to plan our monthly budget. Based on the principle of budgeting 1 month ahead, your previous month's salary will be your current month budget. And following the principle of zero-based budgeting, budget equates to fixed expenses, plus variable expenses, plus savings. At the end of December, assign your December salary as budget for the next month. Under Available to Assign, select Jan. 2023. Set all your filter criteria to Jan. 2023. You can see under the available funds, you have $3,200. Do the same for the rest of the following and set your filter criteria to Jan. 2023. Next, click on this, New Master Category, and a list of pre-made master categories will be generated. Select all your variable categories, drag and drop it inside the Variable tab. You can see that it automatically tags it to the Jan. 2023 budget month. Do the same for your fixed categories. I only have one example over here, but you can create others like bills, subscriptions, etc. If you look at each master categories, they have their own individual subcategories. To create budget for each subcategories, click on this, New Subcategory, and a list of pre-made subcategories will be generated. Link back each subcategories to their master categories. If you do not want to budget every single subcategories, you can delete the rest away. If you look at Jan. 2023, we have assigned $3,200. Let's find out, did we overspend or underspend in December 2022? Tag your previous month, and it will pull out December's info, hence we do not need to roll over anything. However, let's say if we overspend by $400 in the previous month, we can carry forward this rollover and deduct $400 in the current month. Your monthly projection will reflect $2,800 available instead. Similarly, if we underspend by $300, and wish to carry forward, we can add extra $300 and it will reflect $3,500 instead. Let's go back to the original example where we did not roll over anything. Next, let's start by assigning budget for our fixed expenses. Since fixed expenses remain fixed throughout the time, we can assign a fixed amount. We are now left with $2,200 for the rest of our master categories. I like to start with assigning a target for my savings first. It will reflect that I have assigned 38% out of the available to assign towards my saving. The amount of money left in your master categories will decrease as you start to assign more. Eventually, Once you have assigned all your money, the message, "All assigned" will pop out. Once you are done assigning your master categories, we can move on to the subcategories. Click on the subcategory tab and you can see that the available amount for each master category is pulled out. Budget each subcategories, and it will reflect the amount left in your master category. Once all money have been assigned, it will be replaced by the gray circle. If you do not wish to budget each individual subcategories, you can leave it blank. Once done, go back to your variable tab, and you can see individual progress bar for those subcategories that you have assigned. Now, let's learn how to log in transactions. If you remember, we have $3,200 to spend for this current month. Set the filter criteria to Jan. 2023. Let's see what happens if we choose a future date. For example, you may not pay your loan at the start of the month but rather near the end of the month. All future transactions are marked with a tick under the status column. Once you have paid and reconciled the transaction, you can actually tick the checkbox. You can see under your savings account, there's a future transaction of $1,000 for this current month. $0 indicates no future transaction after this current month. Your balance will reflect the amount left after deducting this future transaction. Under your budget projection, you can see there's a future transaction of $1,000. Under this month, you can see a dash here, cause I have not spent anything yet. But inside the bracket, it will include the sum of all your future and current expenses. Your rollover will also take into account all your future expenses. This is important because it let us be mindful of what to spend throughout the rest of the month. It is recommended that you log your day-to-day transactions on your mobile phone, so that you will not miss any transactions. On your dashboard, you can see how much you spend today, this month, in the near future, via cash and via credit. Most importantly, you want to leave some of your rollover for your projected savings. The next section is where we log in all our transactions. Since the date is already set to today, you just have to click on the account to log in your transaction. Let's click on the plus sign beside the credit card to log in our transaction. Enter the heading Food, and select Meals from the category. Since the filter is set to Jan. 2023, the month, year will be automatically set to Jan. 2023. The account will also automatically set to credit card since we clicked on credit card. The next section will provide detailed information on your budget, how much you spend this current week, in a month, percentage spend and amount left, and progress against real-time date. The red arrow represents that you have spent more than you should, in a current week. Over here, you can also see the progress bar for your subcategories. And finally, you'll have your expenses breakdown for the current month. This section will cover the different types of saving accounts, and how to set up sinking funds. If you look at our end of month balance, we have spent a total of $1,670. Of which, $1,000 are from our savings and $670 are from our credit card. We have $1,530 left for our rollover, which is much more than what we have actually wanted to save. Let's now allocate this leftover to our savings. A savings transaction must be recorded, otherwise, it will not end up in your monthly report. Treat all savings as an expense and enter a negative amount. Tag it back to the account where this fund actually comes from. Unassigned means that it will just return back to the same account, without serving any purpose. But over here, you see that I have actually partitioned part of this saving account to my goals. Before we move on, let's look at the type of accounts supported in this template. Number 1, Savings/Checking Account. This is just your regular savings account. Number 2, Savings plus Sinking Funds, same account. This means that you can portion part of your account and set it aside for your sinking funds, and create multiple saving targets, without having an actual separate account. Number 3, Sinking Fund, separate account. This means that you have a separate account, purely for your sinking funds, where you can create multiple saving targets. And lastly, number 4, Single Goal, separate account. This is a separate account that you have created, dedicated for a single sole purpose. Instead of just putting it back into my account, I would like to assign this savings to my sinking fund, which is within the same account. Select To Goals. You can see that there are now more funds inside our goal, and under your Available to Assign, we have $1,530. However, what if I have a sinking fund that is of a separate account? Instead of assigning to goals, assign it to sinking fund. And under Transfer Account, select your separate account so that we can transfer funds over. You can see that under your sinking fund, separate account, you have $1,530 available to assign. Let's do this third scenario. I have a separate account meant purely for my emergency fund. We shall change this and assign to our emergency fund account instead. Under Transfer Account, tag your emergency fund account. Your emergency fund account now has an inflow of $1,530. You have seen how the different types of accounts work. Let's go back and choose the option of Savings plus Sinking Funds, same account, and learn how to create multiple saving targets. Select To Goals, and leave Transfer Account blank. We now have $1,530 available to assign. Under the section, Saving Goals, we can create multiple saving targets. Let's set up a goal for MacBook and holiday. Enter the goal amount, and amount to deposit each month. To help you plan your goals, click on the Calculator tab. Over here, you have two options, setting a monthly target or setting a target date. If we were to set a target date, it will suggest us to save $435 each month and take 23 months to complete the goal. Enter the suggested amount into the monthly target. Next, if we have a fixed amount and want to save $250 per month, it will calculate and let us know our targeted end date. Go back to your ongoing goals, and you can see monthly targets being filled up. Remember to tag your saving goals to your accounts. From here, you can see that per month, we need $1,050, and we have managed to save 5% out of the total $20,000. Now, let's assign $1,530 to our three saving goals. Open Chanel Bag and create a new entry. The minimum amount suggested to save is $400, let's stick to $400. You can see that the money available to assign is getting lesser. Next, do the same for Holiday Fund. Create a new entry, and let's also stick to the minimum amount of $400. Our available to assign is now left with $730, we shall deposit the remainder into our MacBook. Create a new entry, instead of saving $250, enter $730. You can see that all our savings have been assigned to our saving goals. Your percentage saved has also increased to 13%. And your amount left to save is also updated to a new value. You can check out how well you have stayed committed on your savings by clicking on your monthly reports. Over here, you can see how much you have saved each month. In the event that you did not manage to save any amount, it can show you how much money you have actually dipped into your bank balance. The last section will cover the topic of setting up business account for your side hustle. This template supports two types of account. A business account with an actual separate account. And a business account, with no actual account. This means that you draw your business funds and deposit your earnings into a savings account. Let's see how a business account with no actual account works. Chelsea Planner is the name of the business, since it does not have an actual account, leave balance blank. Enter your total earnings thus far, and your total spendings thus far. You can also enter the total number of items sold. Your net profit or loss will be automatically calculated. All transactions related to our business will be entered here. Under the business filter, tag your business account. This business does not have an actual account, and we are drawing funds from our savings account. The current balance in our savings account is $4,550. Let's see what happens if we'll spend $20 on advertising. Under Main Account, tag your savings account. You can now see our balance is now $4,530. Let's do the second scenario, we shall change this account to a business account with an actual account. Enter the current balance, $50, and the balance shows up. For this example, let's enter some earnings and the number of items sold. Under Main Account, tag your business account instead. You can see a revenue of $30 is recorded this month, and that your balance has now increased to $80. If you enjoy what you see and would like to buy the template, click on the link below.